You wouldn't think that any Australian politician would not be proud to fly the Australian flag, but that is exactly what is happening in a person who, according to some of the polling, might be a one-term wonder. One of the people who is hopefully going to make this Greens MP in and around Brisbane a one-term wonder is none other than Maggie Forrest, and she joins us now from Queensland. Hello, Maggie.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Very good. So we're talking about one of the Greens ratbags. This one in particular is Elizabeth Watson-Brown. Now, she's not exactly the most excited person in Australia to be flying the Australian flag. Tell me about how she treats our national symbol.
Absolutely. I'm a proud Australian. I love our country, and Ryan is home to thousands of people who feel the same. It's home to thousands of defence families with Enoggera Barracks at its heart, yet we've got a Greens MP who refuses to fly the Australian flag. She hates the flag so much she won't fly it in her office. She disrespects all those people in Ryan who are proud of our country and our flag, and in particular our defence servicemen and women.
And of course there are an extra issue here where it's not just her choice about what she does or doesn't put in her office. Federal MPs are a source of Australian flags for an awful lot of people. Some MPs have a position which is made, just walk past and say the name Australia and they'll give you a flag. What's her position on giving out Australian flags?
I'm hearing now that her office is refusing to give out Australian flags, whether it's to individuals, community groups, even to RSLs who ask for them. They say that they're prioritising their budget elsewhere, which I think is absolutely appalling.
Yeah, I mean, prioritising the budget of travel to protests or all sorts of other things, the idea of not doing out the Australian flag. What do you think that this means as a sign of the type of person who, OK, we get it, progressive politics, but how does progressive politics get to the point where you're not even proud of the symbols of the country that you are part of writing the laws for?
Absolutely. And the current Greens MP for Ryan marketed herself as a quote, independent coming into the last election. But the reality is she's just as extreme as people like Adam Bandt and Max Chandler-Mather. She fully supports their policies to defund defence by over 30%, to decriminalise hard drugs like heroin and ice, defund the police. We had the pro-Hamas encampment down at UQ, which is also in Ryan, last year. And the Greens MP lent her support to those protesters by lending her marquees. They were, in fact, flying the flag of a registered terrorist organisation, the PFLP. And my question is Elizabeth Watson-Brown more comfortable with the flag of a registered terrorist organisation than she is with the Australian flag?
It is extraordinary. Well, while I got you here, let's talk about what you'd like to do if you get the chance to be in Parliament. Why do you want to become a politician?
Well, I'm Ryan, born and bred. It's where I'm raising my young son Henry with my husband Chris. But under the Greens over the last 3 years, I've seen things go backwards. People are telling me they're struggling to pay their mortgages and rent. I see small businesses all around us struggling to make ends meet and even closing. A cafe that's been in the Gap for the last 20 years, the owner's telling me he's driving Ubers on the weekend just to make ends meet. And just down the road from me in Chapel Hill, Chaffee's Bakery closed recently after 6.5 years because of the rising cost of doing business. So I decided to put my hand up because enough was enough. I'm a barrister and I've spent my life prosecuting, standing up for victims. I got to work in the Office of the Prosecutor in the Yugoslav Tribunal in The Hague, and I want to be that strong voice for the people of Ryan to deliver for them again.
Wow, you're impressive, very much so. Which leaves me one last question here. Why do you think Peter Dutton will end up winning this election?
Peter Dutton's the strong leader that we need when the people of Australia are waking up to the fact that Anthony Albanese is a weak and incompetent leader. A vote for any other party other than the coalition at the next election is a vote for a coalition of chaos between Labor and the Greens and more of their extreme policies.
How good is this? Maggie Forrest, write the name down. I've got a feeling we'll be saying it for a little while to come. How can people help out your campaign, volunteer, anything else? What are your socials? How do people stay in touch with you?
Absolutely. I'm on all the socials, Instagram, Maggie Forrest LMP, Facebook, even TikTok I've ventured into. We'd love you to follow along, give us a like. And if you're in Brisbane, any help that we can get from volunteers, we'll always take it.
Good on you, Maggie. All the best for the next few weeks, mate. Fingers crossed that the people of Ryan see sense, get rid of a Green, go past the Labor Party and put yourself into the Parliament. Good on you. Nice to talk to you.
You too. Thanks, Paul.